Okay, this is my attempt at trying to videotape myself and explain all the things in my post. The angle that you see over here, which is called alpha, it's shown exaggerated over here. It shouldn't be this tight, but this is what it should be, like this. So if you were to look at a line from my thumb, if you imagine my thumb and this line right here, you can see the shadow of my finger going across to that point and then coming in along my bone. That should be 90 degrees. And when I play, this is how I'm going to play. There is no motion coming from the elbow, which is like this. It is all right there. If you see now, looking at my hand like that, so imagine you're looking from inside the sarod out the skin along the string. The string, imagine if the string is running in this direction like that. The pick can be oriented this way, or stay flat, or it can do this, or it can do that. Plus, it can move in and out to adjust the depth of cut. Now, while playing, we play from this edge underneath, right there, that you can see the light shining off of for the da stroke, and along this edge where you can see the light shining off, and you can see it's a curve kind of on the ra stroke. Also, if this line right here, this is tough, along this direction, if that's the string where the pick is, imagine it parallel to the string, this is where we play, right there, and the pick goes along like that. So when I'm playing, I'm going to hold my hand, okay, the string is running roughly from the tip of my thumb to the tip of my forefinger, represents the actual orientation of the string, and this is the orientation of the pick. Sometimes I will make the pick like this as I am picking, so as to force the pick to, which means, now let's look at it this way. This is how I'm playing, and then I may additionally tilt the pick this way so that on the downstroke, and then it kind of grabs as I'm playing. Now to explain this is going to be a little difficult to do, but I will try. And I'm not actually playing, because then when you play, your hand comes in the way and you cannot actually see what's happening. So there we go. The sarod is not kept 100% vertical, and then as you drop, you will go I am playing with that edge, not with the tip. Some people play with the tip like that. We don't. In our Karana we play. Now I will hold the sarod in my hands and try to do this. For those of you wondering where I am, I'm in my studio. Got some of the soundproofing foam taken down from the wall over there. That's my dual monitor Mackie HR824s. My buddy's rolling drums. So I'm going to put this phone down, and I don't have any editing capabilities right now, so you will have to kind of bear with me. I'm trying to pick up the sarod with this phone in my hand. So the view that I have as I look down is like this. I'm exaggerating this to show. And then also if you look down the strings, they're not all perfectly lined up. Hang on, I need to tune up. Now I deliberately went like this, and you can see it catches when I do that. And I'm exaggerating that, of course, right now. I'm deliberately pulling my hand out just a little bit to explain the delta over there as to how I achieved that delta to switch to that next string. It is achieved by changing angle alpha this way. So, and it all happens, I mean, you're not going to consciously think about it. I'm also going to try and videotape this like this. I don't know if I'm getting it right. Now, something, I'm sure it's distorting like crazy because normally if you see my other videos, I have a string that is tied over here to mute the sound a little bit during practice. One of the things that I talk about is if you see my pick holding position, this finger, if I was to pull this index finger out, not so much, but out, then it makes my Ra stroke too much of a shadow. It's hard to see. So I'm literally pulling my index finger out this way, closer to the point of where the string is going to catch over there to support the pick more. And this all happens in a fraction of a second while you're performing, just for effect. Now, something else that I want to talk about is, where do you play? This is very tough to hold my hand up like this and try to get it right because it's above my head. You can play here. So as you change your picking position close to the bridge versus farther from the bridge, you get a different effect. And then depending on how you if you go in too deep versus also depending on how tight you hold the pick and how deep you cut, and varying those two parameters, you can change the sound quite a bit. So again, if this is the string, that's the motion, which comes like this, all from the wrist, absolutely from the wrist, nothing from anywhere else. And you can see this, thumb comes in like that, finger is like this, and you can do that as you're playing to change how your ra sounds. Now, this was the discussion around holding with two fingers like this. And when you do that, this is hard to control at that distance from here. So from here, you've gone out so far, and that string is hitting the pick and wanting to take that pick out of your hands. But if you're holding it here, closer, then it's much easier to control the pick.